Today I'm going to show you exactly how much I got paid in dividends for the month of January. I'm going to show you every single dividend stock that paid me for the month of January. I'm going to explain exactly how I track all of my dividend income to know exactly how much I'm getting paid. And I'm going to be showing you which dividend stock picks I'm going to be buying next. Hi guys, my name is Dennis, and in this channel I talk about personal finance as well as my continuous journey to financial freedom. So I've been building my dividend portfolio since around 2021 when I was still in full-time school. And because of that, I didn't really get to invest much into this portfolio. But my ultimate goal is to create enough passive income in the form of dividends so that I never run out for the rest of my life. And I want to do all of this by the time I hit 40. This just means that I have around 11 years to pick up the slack and grow my portfolio at a much faster rate than ever before, as well as grow this channel right over here. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. So for my type of investing, I chose something called DGI, or also known as dividend growth investing. DGI is a habit of buying blue chip dividend paying stocks over a long period of time. This is very cool for me because blue chip dividend paying companies increase their dividends over time while not sacrifice their growth of their stocks overall. This just means that I'll get an increase in stock price, also known as growth, as well as an increase in dividend percentage year over year. Plus, since I'm planning on reinvesting the dividends back into my portfolio, compound interest will take over and grow my portfolio at a much faster rate. Now, normally with dividend growth investing, I usually look at 3 different things before investing into this company. First one being dividend payouts, second one being dividend increases, and third one being share price growth overall. This helps my portfolio be strong as well as being safe, since all 3 of these combined will increase my investing portfolio exponentially over time. Now, most of the dividend companies that I own pay out their dividends quarterly. This means that I'm going to be seeing a higher amount of dividends income in the months of March, June, September, and December. Now, last month of December, I received the highest dividend earning month that I've ever received, where around 23 different companies paid me for the month. And since January is not a quarterly month of the year, I'm expecting to see a much lower amount of dividends this month in comparison to other quarterly months of the year. So with all that being said, let's get straight into the earnings and see exactly how much dividends I got paid. So I have my dividend portfolio in a brokerage account called Robinhood. And to check exactly how much dividends you got paid for the month, all you have to do is first log into your Robinhood account, then press the little person icon on the bottom right hand side of the screen. Then you'll see a little 3 lines on the top left hand side of the screen. Once you click on that, you'll be brought to the main menu. Now at the main menu, you're gonna have to go into reports and statements, click on your brokerage account, and see exactly which month statement you're looking for. So for me specifically, I'm looking for January, and I click on January, and on the first page I have to scroll all the way until I see income and expense summary, and right next to dividends I see that I got paid a total of $21.21 for the month of January. Now $21.21 might not seem like it's a lot of money at first, but as you see over here, when you look into my dividend tracker spreadsheet that I made, I actually made around $6 more than the previous year's January. Now again, a $6 increase might not seem like it's a lot overall, but when you take a closer look, you can see that there's only a $3 increase between the years of 2021 and 2022, as well as the $3 increases between the years of 2022 and 2023's Januaries. This just means that my dividend income increases has almost doubled when comparing it to previous Januaries. Now with all that in mind, it already looks like I'm off to a great start for the year, and if I can keep my dividend increasing every single month instead of decreasing, I'll be on track to having a continuously growing portfolio of dividends year over year. By the way, if you want to use my dividend tracker spreadsheet template, I'll leave a link below in the video description where you can press file, make a copy, and name it whatever you want to name it so that you can start writing down and tracking your dividends today. Now, seeing how much you made total for the month is great, but to actually see exactly which company paid you and exactly how much they paid you, you're gonna have to go back into your Robinhood portfolio, go back all the way to the main menu that we saw before, and instead of reports and statements, you're gonna have to click on the history tab. Once you click on history, you're gonna have to narrow it down by dividends on the top button, and as soon as you narrow it down by dividends, you're you're gonna see every single dividend that paid you. Now I'm gonna scroll down all the way to the beginning of January, and it looks like a total of 13 dividend companies paid me for the month of January. And it so happens to be that PPL Corporation was the first company that paid me for the month. PPL Corporation engages in the generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity and is part of the utility sector of the stock market. Now again, I'm not gonna be breaking down what each company that paid me does, but I just want you guys to know exactly how much I got paid for the month and which company paid me for the month. Now, PPL Corporation has been a consistent performer in my dividend portfolio, with them paying me a total of 52 cents for the month. The next company that paid me on January 2nd was a company called YOLO, which paid me a total of 6 cents. And I recently sold this stock, so I just want you guys to keep in mind. Now, the next company that paid me on January 10th was AGNC, and they paid me a total of $1.20. And the next company after that is Philip Morris, and they paid me a total of $1.85. The next company is NGG, and they paid me a total of $2.91. And then we have a company called Omnicom, and they paid me a total of 95 cents. We have one of my favorite companies ever called Realty Income, and they paid me a total of $2.20. And then we have Stag Industrial, which paid me a total of 30 cents. After that, we have a company called WP Carey, which paid me a total of $1.73. Then we have a company called Ventas, and they paid me a total of $1.10. Then we have Prospect Capital, and they paid me a total of $3. And then we have an ETF called SPHD, which is one of my favorite ETFs to own, which tracks the high dividend but low volatility companies of the S&P 500. So they paid me a total of $3.02. And the last company that paid me for the month of January is another ETF called PEY, and they paid me a total of $2.35. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you can help this video spread to more people. Thank you. Now, all 13 of these companies combined together gave me the $21.21 of dividends that I earned for January. And as you saw on my spreadsheet before, I must be doing something right, since every single January of every year has consistently increased in dividend income so far. Now, going back to the first company that paid me for the month of January, called PPL Corporation, you see a little word that says reinvested, it located right next to the company name. Now, Robinhood has an option on their platform called DRIP, which you can choose which company's dividends get reinvested back into that company depending on if you want it to. This means that my 52 cents of dividends were reinvested back into PPL Corporation without me having to lift a finger. Now, once you click on PPL Corporation's dividend and scroll all the way to the bottom, you see the number of shares that I own for the company, which is 2.16 shares, the amount I got paid per share, which is 24 cents, and the total amount that I got paid, which is 52 cents. And right underneath that, you see the amount of shares that the 52 cents were worth, which for me was 0.018 shares. And once you click on the Edit Dividend Reinvestment button below, you see every single dividend company that you own and whether or not you prefer to reinvest those shares back into that company or not. Now, as you can clearly see, some of the companies are checked on and some are checked off. And that's my personal preference, because the companies that are checked off, I don't want them to be reinvested back into themselves, and I'd rather take that dividend and reinvest it back into different stocks. Now, I told myself that I'm going to invest at least $100 on video every single month to show you what I'm planning on changing in my Robinhood portfolio. And when going into my portfolio's overview, you can see exactly how I'm diversified in my portfolio. And since my portfolio is not really diversified across all 12 sectors, what I'm personally planning on doing is diversifying my portfolio between stocks and ETFs evenly. But unfortunately, as you can see in my overview, only 36% of my portfolio is actually comprised of ETFs. This is why I decided this month I'm going to be investing into several different ETFs, starting with ticker symbol QQQ, which is a new ETF that I want to introduce into my portfolio today. And I'm planning on investing around $30 into QQQ right now. So all you have to do is press the little trade icon on the bottom right hand side of your screen, press buy, and now you're gonna have a choice if you wanna buy them in dollars or in shares. And right now I'm planning on only investing $30, which is not a full share of QQQ. So all you're gonna have to do is press the amount you want to buy, which is for me is $30. and I'm gonna just review and submit the order. Now, the next few ETFs that I'm planning on investing into is the 5 ETFs that I own in my portfolio already. And I'm planning on investing around $20 into VOO. So I'm gonna buy $20 in VOO right now. Next up is a company called VTI, which is similar to VOO, and I'm gonna buy another $20 of that company as well, and $20 and swipe up. This means that I have around $30 remaining to invest for the month, and I'm planning on investing $10 into SCHD, $10 into SPHD, and $10 into VYM, which is very popular ETFs that I have in my portfolio. I personally feel that there isn't much of a point into diversifying into the 12 different sectors of the market, since all of the ETFs that I just mentioned right now already do that for you. I think that investing into these 5 or 6 ETFs are gonna completely diversify you into all sectors of the market. Now, I understand that becoming a dividend investor seems like it's a very daunting task with so many things to know and consider. But investing doesn't have to be so complicated. You can even start investing, as you can see right here, with as little as $100. That's exactly why I made this video right over here, where I show you how simple it could be to invest with as little as $100. Also, let me know in the comments below if you want to see more videos like this one, taking a deeper dive into my Robinhood portfolio. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like always, I just want you to remember that everything is figure outable.